Yes, good day. You're welcome to another fantastic edition of 360 Sport. We are live here in Lagos, and something interesting is going on in Kaduna State. They've been making so much effort to make sure that the state known for sport activities get back to where it belongs to. So just some days ago, the Commissioner of Sports in Kaduna State, Kabir Manto, decided to dissolve the 36 Sport Association to enable and give way to the resurgency and the improvement of sport in the state. And he's live from Kaduna speaking to us. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, Murashiru.
Yeah, it's good to have you on the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, how is Kaduna State? Viewers want to know how Kaduna is doing right now.
Well, Kaduna is doing very well. We are undergoing transformation in various areas, which of course sport is inclusive.
Okay.
So we are doing very well. We, trying to carry people along with us.
Okay. Yes, let's not focus your ministry. That is the sport ministry. Some days ago, you dissolved the 36 Sport Association so that they can have an election to take sport to the next level in the state. Tell us the motive behind this.
The motives are primarily 2 or 3. Motive number 1 is that every sport association has a lifespan of 3 years.
Okay.
And in the case of these associations in Kaduna State, their lifespan expired late last year. And the whole world was heralded with the COVID-19 pandemic early in the year. So we've not been able to do the elections as we should. Now that, it has become a new normal and things are beginning to stabilize, we believe it is necessary that this association should be sufficiently democratized by ensuring that members elect leadership at various levels. And so that informed our decision to actually dissolve the association so that a new group of leadership will emerge that would be in tune with the aspirations of Kaduna State government of taking sports to the next level. Like I was saying, our focus of the government is to give sports the priority that it so desires. It is seen as the third leg of the tripod. After education, job creation, we're talking about sports development. I hope you know that over 75% of the population of over 10 million people in Kaduna State actually falls below the age of 35. And so if you are faced with that kind of population, you obviously will have to pay premium on education, job creation, and skills development. And of course, sports is a major aspect of sports development. And so it's our objective to ensure that the various associations will have vibrant leaderships that will be in tune with the aspirations of the government towards the realization of engaging a substantial section of our younger elements, in the area of sports, so that one will be able to identify skills at very early age and build on these skills. We do not, as a government, believe that it is possible to continue to have, superstars emerge out of accidental discharges. We know that with the potential of the young people we have, we can tailor-make, the skills of these young boys and girls into full maturity where they become national and internationally recognized sportsmen and women. So that's basically the objective behind the dissolution of this sports association. One is that they have shot the wrong way. They have, their tenure expired since last year, and the elections were not conducted. We were supposed to do it early in the year. Unfortunately, the the coronavirus pandemic could not allow anybody to do any meaningful activity. And also that the sports sector is one of the worst hit as far as this, COVID-19 pandemic is concerned. Now that things are beginning to open up, we believe that it is essential that we conduct these elections, or the associations conduct these elections, so that all of them become democratized. And then as a government, we will have the wherewithal to provide the necessary enabling environment for them to function so that they will help and, partner with government in building, identifying, and building the skills of young people. You also know that we are in Kaduna, unfortunately faced with a lot of crises, and the fighting force in most of these rebellions are actually younger elements. And these are young elements that are either not in school or having nothing to do. So while we try to improve on education, the last 5 years, we've invested tremendous resources in the area of education. We've also invested tremendously in the area of technical and vocational education, thereby trying to build the skills of people. So the third leg of the tripod, like I said, is sports. Bringing about, we are constructing, neighborhood sporting facilities across our communities so that we can take away, the excesses of the exuberance of these young boys and girls that otherwise will not be in school and they will not learn any trade, but sufficiently have the skills to go into one form of sporting activity or the other. So our hope is that at the end of the day, by the time that we're able to get the associations, do the elections in the next 1 or 2 weeks, we should be able to have vibrant associations that we will partner with, as a government, to ensure that Kaduna regains its past glory as far as the proliferation of outstanding national and international athletes, be it in football, be it in athletics, basketball, volleyball, and the rest of them. So we're really very serious about it. And it's very evident, even in the way massive infrastructural development of our sporting infrastructure is going on. I assure you that in the next few months, Kaduna State is going to have the largest, the most comprehensive sporting arena, not just in Nigeria, but on the continent of Africa. By the time that the renovation of the infrastructure in Murtala Square is concluded, that is the only venue in this country, and I believe in the rest of Africa, that you can find virtually every sporting activity domiciled within the same location. So it tells you that Kaduna State government is primarily determined to ensure that we deal with the crisis that we have inherited and that we are still facing by engaging the productivity of our young people, identifying them, building their skills, and in fact, making sure that their skills are not just converted into, economic activities, but they become entrepreneurs themselves. So I believe we are on the right track.
Yes, definitely. I'm sure with what you just said, the state is something we should envy in the nearest time. Yes, but what do you think are the guidelines that you put in place to enable that is the right set of people that are in the right position among the sport associations?
Well, you see, again, that is the prerogative of the various associations to come up, because all the sport associations have their membership.
Okay.
And out of the membership, those who are really interested, genuinely interested, those who make personal, physical, emotional, and sometimes financial contributions in the development of these, various sports. So we expect that as a ministry, we are drawing the guidelines in tandem with the prescription of, democratization of sports, so that by the time the election is conducted, we will make sure, of course, members of every association will try to ensure that it is only those that will take the association or the particular games to the next levels that are elected eventually. What we will do as a government is to provide the necessary enabling environment so that these associations would, exercise their democratic rights to select and elect people who will occupy various positions. And it's when that is done that we as a government can now provide the necessary enabling environment for these associations and for the various sports, to flourish and continue to, engage our young boys and girls, who have tremendous skills, tremendous energies that requires positive channeling. So we are drawing the criteria. We do not want to be meddlesome in the sense that we don't have any particular candidate in any one association that should either be the chairman or the treasurer. We do not have that. That is the prerogative of the association. What we will make sure that they do is that they will have to comply with the nitty-gritty of the extant regulations as far as elections into the leadership of these associations are concerned. Once these are respected, we will respect it on our own part the outcome of these respective elections. And we believe that this is one of the beauties of liberal democracy. You have this, periodic changes in leadership. It's not necessary that simply because you were a leader in the association in the last dispensation, if members, feel that you are still useful and could make tremendous contributions, they could still bring you back, and if you're interested. So ours really is provision of enabling environment, and I'm sure that the bureaucrats in the ministry and the technocrats and the rest of the experts are already putting their heads together to get these ground rules ready so that every member of every association will have a level playing ground, to participate in the election. And at the end of it, our objective and our prayer is that we're going to have virile and veritable associations that we can support, we can work with, we can function with in order to take sports to the next level in Kaduna State.
Yes, well said, Honorable Commissioner. Thousands of our viewers are watching you across the globe. But we're going to go for a break. Hold on, we take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be asking you one or two questions to finalize the interview section. Hold on, we go for this quick break. Yes, we've been having the Honorable Commissioner of Sport in Kaduna State that's talking about Honorable Kabir Manto. He is passionately, and Kaduna State seems to be a state you'll be looking forward to in sport, as they're trying to really change the whole steering as regards to pioneering the state to the level it belongs to. And we'll also be expecting edifices and structures in the sport department in the state that will be an envy, not only here in Nigeria, but West Africa. Yes, we'll go for this quick break. When we come back, we still have the Honorable Commissioner in the house. Don't go away.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, madam.
My name is Alero. I am not sick. I just need you to help put your stamp on this medical report. I want to tender it at my office as a sick leave. I'll pay 10,000 naira.
Ma'am, that is impersonation. I'm not a doctor.
Oga, be like say this English no go pay. I go increase the money to 20,000 naira. I beg. If I give you that 20,000, as you wide so, if it still help your condition more. So, you say you spread well.
As I spread like virus, I'll be.
You talk.
Come out! If person come to your hospital, talk to make you give a fake medical report, make you go take collect sick leave. Talk and say, no, not corruption. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Stop corruption now.
Yes, welcome back. We're still live on TV360, and speaking to us from Kaduna, we still have the Honorable Commissioner of Sport, who I think is a pace setter when it comes to sport in Kaduna State as regards to the implementation of these policies. And interesting to also note that the policy is also to take 70% of the youth, which comprises the population in Kaduna State, to be part of the emerging sport revolution going on in Kaduna State.
Yeah.
Honorable sir. Yes.
Yes, I can hear you, Mudashiru.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward to Edo Sport Festival, and it seems that there's just a tentative date for that. What's your department, the ministry's effort to make sure that they do better than they did in Abuja 2018?
Well, we are putting, every necessary arrangement in place in order to make sure that we have full participation. What we inherited was a system where athletes were selected on the basis of those sporting activities that, people believe, they could perform creditably very well. And we are saying, no, that's not the way to go. The way to go is that every athlete must be given the opportunity to showcase his or her talent within that national, activity. And it is only when you do that that you're able to build the future of your sportsmen and women. If it is only when you believe or you're of the assumption that you are going to win a medal in a particular sport that you register in that particular event, I think it's a wrong way of getting it. And that partly is responsible for the very serious drawback, that the sporting sector has faced, not just in Kaduna State, but Nigeria as a whole. So what we have been planning to do in Edo is that we are participating in virtually every activity as far as athletics is concerned. And then we have qualified in about 95 to 96% of those team events where, qualification series took place on regional basis. In the Northwest, for instance, we are participating, we've qualified to represent the Northwest in virtually all the, the events that are going to take place in Benin. So in Benin, we are going to Benin with a full complement of a team that you will call an athletic team that is representing a state like Kaduna. And our priority, like I said, is not to go to Edo and simply win gold, silver, or bronze medals. No. We want to participate so that we can expose, the very unexposed young girls and girls that have started, who are interested in making a career out of competition. By the time you take someone from Zaria, from Kafanchan to Benin City, and he meets Nigerians from across the broad spectrum of the Nigerian society, from Imo State, from Oyo State, and the rest of other places, you have created, directly or indirectly, a kind of consciousness and confidence on that particular young person that is not only representing your state, but is a champion of your state and has also built new relationships and synergies with other Nigerians that are in that particular sporting activities or outside of it. So this is one of the objectives of National Sport Festival. This is one of the objectives of the Olympics. This is one of the objectives of virtually every event. It is not necessarily that you must go there and win medals, but the fact that you are participating, you are creating social interaction, which fosters human development. And that's how we see it as a government in Kaduna State now. I'm optimistic that by the time we go to Benin, when a date is finally given, we will field athletes in virtually every event. And at the end of the day, hope that we're going to be as successful as possible. But like I said, our primary objective is not necessarily to go and we realize one thing that is going on within the sporting arena, which actually is not helpful. And that is the fact that states will begin to go to other states watching and then promising and paying athletes money just for them to appear, for the National Sports Festival or any particular event for that matter, or competition for that matter, because the state desires to be registered as having won gold, silver, or bronze. That's not our priority. Our priority is to build sportsmen and women, to make sports an industry, to make sports a full economic activity and enterprise, and also a social stabilizer. We also know that sports plays this recreational, recreational function, whereby people, no matter what their ages or age brackets, participate in one form of sporting activity or the other in order for them to keep fit, and be healthy. So our idea of sports and competition is comprehensive. We will go to Benin, and I'm optimistic we are going to be victorious in many areas, but outside of that, we would have created sufficient confidence in our young athletes who will be appearing on a national stage for the first time. And then, of course, I'll be hopeful that in 2023, by 2022, by the time, of course, Kaduna is, for your information, bidding to be the next host of the National Sports Festival. So in the event that we are able to secure that, we will come back to Kaduna in 2022 that have tremendous experience. They're already used to the national terrain. And then, of course, that is when we are going to do the gold, silver, and bronze harvest.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm already feeling I should be an athlete in Kaduna. Let me ask you on this. How supportive have been the government on these athletes as regards to the forthcoming sport festival?
Well, Kaduna State government is paying all its price as far as this thing is concerned. It's sponsoring the entire state contingent, delegates, to and from Benin, and all other necessary expenses, have been borne by us, including the allowances and so on and so forth that we are going to pay this, athletes. So Kaduna State government is 100% behind its own team. It's 100% behind its own contingent. And I do believe that with the present focus of this government, of national in sports, nothing will be left undone in order to make sure that every athlete in Kaduna prides herself as a representative of the good people of Kaduna State. You are already aware that there is no city in this country, for instance, that has produced as many talents, especially in football. Okay, much more than Kaduna has done. So we sat back as the government and reflected on this development and regretted on how we got this through. Sunk in order for us, to take Kaduna to the greatest and the highest level that we should. I'm sure that by the time we leave in 2023, we will have put in place an enabling environment and build a solid foundation that any other government that will come in the future will only need to build on it in order for the state to continue to prosper. So we're right. We're yeah.
Yes. You finish with your statement. It seems something you want to say something before we round up for today's program.
Grounded, we are in the right direction, and I assure you that very soon, in the next few years to come, we are going to bounce back as the headquarters or as the place where every person that is looking for professional or someone that will be made a professional player in no matter what, proportion of sporting activities will come to Kaduna, and we will be, to protest. So we're on track.
Okay. Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much, Mudashiru.
Yeah, thank you for being part of the program. Hope when we call upon you, you give us that same audience.
I will try. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That's the Honorable Commissioner of Sport in Kaduna State telling us what we should be expecting and also he mentioned what has been done in the state as regards to the National Sport Festival and notifying us that 75% of the population in Kaduna State are youth. So it's so well that as they develop education center and creation of jobs, also that sports is a priority in Kaduna. This is all we could take on today's program. I know that a lot of comments are flowing in and thanking you for being part of this. As I do say at the end of the program, it's high time to draw the curtain. Enjoy the rest of your day and bye for now.